It's Siobhan here, and you're watching my channel for survivors of child sexual abuse, anyone who works with children or in a safeguarding role. It's that time again to read articles and watch videos where everyone starts with "it's that time again" because it really is that time again. Christmas. For me, this is traditionally a time of grief. Grief over the absence of everything that other people seem to have around me that I just don't have. When you've been abused by a family member, there's like this dual type of suffering where you're not only dealing with the trauma of the abuse itself, but also the absence of the family member, the functional family member that you otherwise would have had. And no event in the calendar brings these two things together quite like Christmas does. It's actually inescapable, so here are my top tips for getting through this event with minimum ball ache. Firstly, don't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't go to family gatherings or parties out of obligation. If you're worried about what people will think if you decide to do something differently this year, then ask yourself, are they as worried about you? Are they thinking, oh my God, I can't believe they don't want to be with us this Christmas. Maybe we've done something wrong. Maybe we should reach out to them. Maybe we should reevaluate how we've treated them over their whole lives that's led to this outcome. Are they thinking that? No, probably they're not thinking that. So who cares what they think? You do what's best for you. This is really important. I know people who see their abusers on Christmas, or if not the abuser themselves, then family, distant relatives or close relatives who supported their abuser back at the time when the person who's been abused tried to disclose and get support, and they didn't get the support they needed. So people who have been completely let down by their family unit, you don't owe those people anything. If all you want to do on Christmas Day is be by yourself, be in your pajamas and watch movies and not see anyone, you do that. Put yourself first, and anyone who's genuinely on your team would want the best for you and would want you to do exactly what you want to do. So yeah, strike off obligation from your calendar entirely. Secondly, be kind to yourself as much as possible. If you're dreading Christmas, then the chances are there's a reason for that relating to an event, some life experience that was out of your control. So don't be so hard on yourself. Plan something nice the day before, the day after, or on the day if you manage to get out of any obligation, as I just mentioned. And realize that whatever you feel is okay. I mean, it's not okay, it sucks, but it's okay to feel bad, and you don't have to justify that to anyone. What you don't need at this time of year is the added interest factor of guilt on top of how bad you already feel. Probably experiences in your life, especially regarding the abuse, have been set up in a way that have made you feel guilty or ashamed of yourself, and that's a part of the symptom of what you've been through. So you've got to try and remember your self-care, remember to look after yourself, do something nice, do the things that you like to do, and never be ashamed to cry it out either. Let all those feelings of abandonment and disappointment, let it all out. That's totally okay. And if you feel able to, then open up to someone about how you're feeling. You'd be surprised how many people struggle at this time of year. I know loads of people who do, some because of sexual abuse related reasons or other stuff. Again, going back to familial abuse, if you've been abused by a family member, the chances are that's not the only issue in your family. The chances are that the sexual abuse existed within a unit of other dysfunctional behaviours and dynamics that all come together painfully at Christmas. So feel free to open up and talk to someone. If you can't find someone to talk to and you do want to talk, then I totally recommend the Samaritans. To be honest, they've been there for me on the few occasions in my life where no one else has been. So yeah, I back them. If there's nobody else to talk to, call them. Finally, remember that it's just a day. So this is about perspective. I know that the lead up is awful as well, but Christmas itself is just a day when everything shuts down. And soon after that, there's New Year's, which for me is a much more positive time. It's a time to regroup mentally and spiritually and focus forward on what's really important and what really matters, which is you and your development and your well-being, in case nobody told you today. Plan a holiday or a fitness goal or a reading list or a way that you're really going to shine in your career next year. Have something to look forward to, because that's going to make getting through Christmas so much easier. Hopefully you'll get to the other side feeling optimistic and hopeful about your future. I hope this was helpful in some small way. Feel free to subscribe and share this video for anyone that you know has a hard time at Christmas, as so many people do, despite all the pictures and of happy people having happy family stuff. This year is the first year that I'm doing something different, that I'm not giving into obligation, so I'm really living by what I'm telling you. Normally I do cave to to doing something that I don't really want to do, seeing people I don't really want to see. But this year I'm doing something different, and that's great because for once it might mean that Christmas starts to mean something for me other than, family dysfunction and rubbish. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the other side.